Hello, this is Mr. Coursey, and today we're going to talk about the Photoshop Workspace and give you a little overview of what it does. To produce quality images for print, web, and video, students need to understand essential graphic design principles and how digital images are created. Adobe Photoshop CS6 is an image manipulation tool that can help students analyze, enhance, and edit images. In this tutorial, you'll learn your way around Adobe Photoshop Workspace, how to create custom workspaces, how to open images, use the Properties panel, create new Photoshop documents, and use basic pan and zoom tools. Now let's open up the Adobe Photoshop application. From the Workspace Switcher menu, confirm the option is set to Essentials. You can also choose Reset Essentials to restore the default workspace. The default Essential workspace in Photoshop displays the main menu or title bar. Below the main menu is the Options bar, with the tools on the left and other panels in one or more document windows that are opened separately. The main menu organizes commands on individual menus. The Options bar displays options for the currently selected tool in the Workspace Switcher menu. The document window displays the file that you're currently working on. The Tools panel contains tools for creating and editing images, artwork, page elements, and so on. Related tools are grouped together. Panels help you monitor and modify your work. An example is the Layers panel. Another is the Properties panel, which provides context-sensitive tools to make quick updates into the properties of your mask, adjustments, and video layers. Two other panels appear beneath the document window, the Mini Bridge panel and the Timeline panel. Certain panels are displayed by default, but you can add any panel by selecting it from the Windows menu. Many panels have menus with panel-specific options. You can separate, group, and stack and dock panels in your preferred layout. You can restore the default workspace at any time by choosing Windows Workspace Essentials Default, or by choosing Windows Workspace Reset Essentials from the Workspace Switcher menu. You may prefer your own panel layouts when working on a document. You can save a current size and position of panels as uniquely named workspace, or restore that workspace even if you move or close a panel. The names of saved workspaces appear in the Window Workspace menu, so you could save it right there. To create a custom workspace, move and manipulate the interface layout in Photoshop. From the Workspace Switcher menu, select New Workspace. The New Workspace dialog box appears. Name your workspace and select the capture options to save in the workspace. And click Save. Your new workspace appears in the upper right corner of the interface in the Workspace Switcher area. Right there. Open the Workspace Switcher menu. Even if you change to another type of workspace at any time, you can return to your saved workspace by reselecting it from the Workspace Switcher menu. Photoshop also records any changes you make to your task-specific or saved layouts so that you switch to a different workspace and then switch back during an editing session. The panels will be exactly where you left them the last time. You can restore the saved workspace at any time by choosing Reset and then the name you named it, Workspace. Opening a file in Photoshop can be easy. You can open files by using the Open command or Open Recent command. File, All you have to do is select your file and click Open. To close the image file, you choose File, Close. Let's talk about creating a new Photoshop document. You can create a new Photoshop document and define a document size, resolution, color mode, and background contents. To create a new Photoshop document, you select File, New, or Command N. The new Photoshop document dialog box appears with options for your file. Type a name and values for the width and height of the canvas. Type in a value for the resolution. For an image to be used on a web, 72 pixels per inch is suitable. For an image to be printed, use a higher resolution from 300 to 1200 pixels per inch. Choose a setting for a color mode. Color mode determines which color method is used to display and print the image you're working on. Photoshop bases its color mode on the color models that are useful for images used in publishing. Choose from RGB, short for red, green, blue, CMYK, cyan, magenta, yellow, and black, lab color based on CEL *A *B*, and grayscale. Choose a setting for background contents. You can choose to use white, transparent, or a specific background color behind your image. In the lower right corner, notice that the file size information changes as you adjust the settings for the new file. Click OK. The new file opens in the image window ready to use. Be sure to save your file as you work on it. To save a file for the first time, you select File Save As from the main menu, and then choose a location and click Save once you've named your file. Now let's talk about the Tools panel. Photoshop provides an integrated set of tools which you can produce sophisticated graphics for print, web, and mobile viewing. Some tools are arranged in groups, with only one tool shown for each group and the other tools in the group hidden behind that tool. For example, here's the groups. A small triangle in the lower right corner of a tool icon is your clue to look for hidden tools. Select a hidden tool by clicking and holding down a small triangle. The Tools panel, a long narrow panel on the left side of the workspace, contains selection tools, painting and editing tools, foreground and background color selection boxes, and viewing tools. To use the Zoom tool, notice the Tools panel appears as a single column. Click the double arrow button at the top of the Tools panel to toggle to a double column view, and click the arrows again to return to a single column panel view that uses your screen space more efficiently. Open an image and examine the status bar at the bottom of the image window. And notice the percentage listed at the left end. This represents the current enlargement view or zoom level of the image. Move the pointer over to the Tools panel and hover over the magnifying glass icon until the tool tip appears, identifying the tool by name and providing its keyboard shortcut. Select the Zoom tool either by clicking on the Zoom tool button in the Tools panel or pressing Z. Z is the keyboard shortcut for the Zoom tool. Move the pointer over the image window. Notice that it now appears as a tiny magnifying glass with a plus sign in the corner of the glass. Click anywhere on the image window. The image zooms in according to a preset percentage level, which replaces the previous value in the status bar. The location you clicked when you use the zoom tool becomes the center of the enlarged view. If you click again, the zoom advances to the next preset level up to a maximum of 3200%. As you zoom closer, you can see each individual pixel. On Macs, hold down the Option key. On Windows, hold down the Alt key so that the zoom tool pointer appears with the minus sign in the center of the magnifying glass. And then click anywhere on the image and release the Alt or Option key. Keep holding it down and it zooms out. So you can easily zoom in or hold down Option and zoom out. Let's talk about the hand tool. The hand tool moves an image within its window. This is useful if you want to see part of the image that is currently out of view. To use the hand tool, you open the image and zoom in until the scroll bar appears on the image window. So, now you can click on the hand tool in the Tools panel or press Shift H to select the hand tool. It allows you to shift things around while you're working. I prefer to use the hand tool. Let's say I'm painting and drawing and I want to shift over here. You can hold down the space bar and shift it over and release the space bar and go back to the tool you were working on. That saves a lot of time when you're not wanting to mess around with clicking other tools and looking for them. So that's a quick fix. One of my favorite tools is the Navigator Panel. Panning or zooming an image in the Navigator Panel is another quick way to make large changes in the zoom level, especially when the exact percentage of magnification is unimportant. It's also a great way to scroll around in an image because this thumbnail shows you exactly what part of the image appears in the image window. To use the Navigator Panel, if it's not visible, you go Window, Navigator. Now you can stretch this panel as big or small as you like. Locate the slider under the image thumbnail in the Navigator Panel and drag it to the right. The image in the window enlarges. Now drag the slider to the left and reduce the scale of the image window. If you notice, see the red square? That basically shows you what's inside of your window that you're working at. So when you're working real magnetized, trying to erase like very small areas to get in there, it helps you see where you're at on the graphic, because sometimes you can get lost when you're zoomed really close. One last thing, when you're working in projects and you want to save quickly, in a Mac just hold down Command S and it saves your file.